Yeah, I just saw a glimpse of a feature that you just showed, and that is one massive pain point.
And for finishing and fast staging of very visual types of content, we are introducing visual editing for structured content. This allows for direct visual editing right in the preview of the page, but it retains all of the benefits of well-structured content that is reusable and channel independent.
Hi, my name is Evan, and welcome to Sanity's winter releases for 2024. And I'm here with Sonny Sangha.
Hey guys, how's it going? I'm a friend of Sanity's, YouTuber, and I've been building a couple of cool apps with Sanity, so really excited to see what we've got in store today.
So we just did a video on automatic content mapping for Create, and now we're going to talk about how to make visual editing better. And the question that we've been asking ourselves the past sort of months is, how can we make that even better than it currently is? Here we're in the studio and inside the tool called Presentation that we released about a year ago.
Yeah, we actually used this in a recent build and blew people's mind because seeing this combined with the live content lake was absolutely phenomenal, because as I was updating things, it was showing on the presentation side, and it's really a cool experience. You even have the mobile view button so I can see the different sizes, how the web page is reacting, all in draft before I publish it, which was, I think is a game changer. Yeah, so really, really cool stuff.
Basically, Presentation, you get a overlay on top of your site, and then you can click on a thing and you can edit it, and you get it automatically back.
I thought this was really cool because even with products on a page, you could literally go ahead, click on a product, and it would show me the exact product with the details of that product. I don't know how you guys did that, but it's a really, really cool, powerful feature.
So what we've been looking at is sort of like, how can we make this experience better? And an obvious thing to do here is just like pull more stuff into the preview. Then we could do this, and we could like duplicate stuff, remove stuff, move stuff up and down, and also insert new components. So here we're like, and we've also built like a new insert component. So for people who have like very many different ones, it used to be like just a long list, but now you can actually very easily search and find and group, so they can do this, and
that's really cool. The fact that you have thumbnails as well, I think it's really, really nice, because a lot of the time, especially if somebody who's using the back end may not know about components, so seeing it visually and be like, okay, that's a hero, that's what it looks like, that's really, really nice. Only question I have is, where obviously, say if I've dumped something on the screen right now, I saw you could move up and down. Is there any way I can just grab it and just like throw it somewhere else?
That would be good, right? What if I could just like take a hold of something and just like move the actual thing? So that's what we did. You can just like take anything, drag it up and down.
Nice. So the implementation is fairly a quick one, or is it pretty tricky to get this up and running on top of?
If you have Presentation already going, this is just like adding data attributes to the array elements to tell us what they are, and then we will do. There's no more code that goes into your sort of site. So similarly here, you can like take something and again, if it's nested, we don't really care. You just like mark it out for us as something that you want to be dragged, and you can drag those things. The other thing that we think is really necessary here is if you're dragging on something that's bigger than the screen, it starts to get complicated. You're like, where could this go? So if you hold Shift in, we will zoom the view out so that you can see the entire thing.
Right.
And this works also. The reason we really did this is that very often web pages are super long. So you want to be able to do this with the entire page. So say that you're trying to rearrange this, you can just zoom out to the entire page.
That's so handy. That's like a mini map for the page.
Yeah, exactly.
Blog post which goes for miles, and that awkward game of holding the cursor in the right place and not letting go. That's exactly, it's very, very nice.
Yeah. So the cool thing is here, you can just like keep holding Shift, and you can just like rearrange stuff. You can like work in this. You can work in the mini map as a way of just like getting the order of things right, and then go back in and then go back out. It's just like a really comfortable way of sort of working.
So can I customize the visual edit experience? If I've got a really custom use case or experience I'm trying to build out, what can I do with that? Because I know you can drag and drop horizontally, vertically. What about custom stuff? Does it work with that?
if you have things that you need to do, you should be able to do that customization. So
Right.
what we did here is that we made an API that lets you make your completely custom components that you can use in this overlay. So here, this bicycle, really important for this company. So they've taken the extra effort of making a sort of widget that you can use on these pages to make the way this bicycle is positioned and rotated. This is now content.
Wow.
This is now a part of the content.
That little pop-up right there, that's really cool. So how is that coming together with the visual editor? How is that even happening? Yeah.
No, it's sort of like you can make components and you can have them show in the overlay, and then you can use them to actually. And we will update the document with those values in real time. So you can make like real time multiplayer components that work for more people at sort of once to make essentially anything in your experience content, so that it's editable by the people doing the content creation.
Wow. So I can use any custom component, and then as I manipulate that, those values will get synced with Sanity
Yes.
Studio updating
Yeah.
mode. Wow. Really,
And
really nice.
it will be real time, the same sort of way. It will be low latency, especially if you're using like React app router.
Yeah.
This stuff is super fast.
This is a game changer for this kind of use case, because typically this would be a lot of back and forth, changing the value to see the angle if it looks right. But if somebody can just tweak it, see it visually, I think it's a whole new use case for this kind of product. Wow, really, really
Yeah.
nice.
I
Slay.
think so. It's typically the stuff that just developers need to sort of do, and then art directors look at sort of stuff and go like, "Can you do a little bit more like this?" And this lets you build those tools into the editing experience itself.
Just and I'm refreshing. I'm going back for a horrible experience. So being able to implement that at a custom level like that, I think people are going to do some really cool things with that. That's really nice. The ideas that are flying to my mind right now are going wild.
This was the second thing that we are covering, and the first one was create, which is using AI to make structured content out of flat files, and
Yeah.
then this has been visual editing for structured content, and the last one is a new release of releases, which sounds a bit meta, but it's actually we're making it easier to work with many documents at once and then getting them all pushed out at the same time. And that's the third and final part of the winter releases for 2024.
Nice. I'm excited. I know you guys can already do scheduling, so I'm assuming this is some kind of bulked schedule, some sort with the Black Friday.
Exactly.